Hello, my Aloha tribe, and welcome to the Aloha Perspective. Happy Friday. It is Aloha Oracle Friday. So let's just jump right in, okay? I usually start with the Angels Answers deck. I also have the New Orleans deck today, the Magical Messages of the Fairies, and the Butterfly. But first, we have guidelines. So number one, I write these down so I don't ramble, okay? Do not worry where the message is coming from. I only work from a good place, which is true. So if you're seeing this, there's a reason you are here. Number two, do not try to make a card or reading fit your question if the card does not resonate with you. Forcing an outcome or an answer not meant for you can cause unnecessary stress and overthinking, okay? You don't want to do that to yourselves. If it doesn't resonate with you, it's probably not meant for you. Number three, I will give you the message I receive and the message from the book, the description in the book, because someone took the time to put it together. So I figure, you know what? Let's honor their work by also giving it attention. Okay, so there you go. Let's get rolling. All right. The one thing I like about the Angels deck is a lot of times it just seems to I don't know who needs this, but this was literally stuck in the box. So compromise. This is not going to be part of the actual reading because I haven't shuffled the cards yet. It may come up again, but if you are struggling with compromise, this is your answer, okay? So if you were seeing this, this is your answer. I had to jiggle it out of the box. It was stuck in there, which says to me somebody is stuck and not wanting to compromise. Just compromise. Trust me, it ends up easier in the end. A lot of times when you agree to compromise, sometimes you, believe it or not, you may actually get your own way. So, and I don't mean that you're trying to get your own way, but other people, when you're not fighting with someone, you're suddenly kind of like, oh, well, you know what? Here, let me listen to this for a second and let me hear you. Or you may realize that your compromise has led to the other person's idea, which may work out even better. So compromise is a good thing, okay? Nothing is happening, so I'm just going to do a shuffle. Sorry if that was loud. And then one more of these. What does everybody need to hear? Anybody? All right. Let's just start with that one. Okay, then. Here we go. Remain positive. Remain positive. I am positive that you should remain positive. I know. Yesterday's perspective went so off the rails and I enjoyed every single minute of it. I realized I don't let a lot of my personality out in here and I don't let a lot of my personality show. And I want to change that. I really do. I want to change that because I think it's important that when you do videos like this, it's not just talking at someone or talking to someone. It's, even if people don't come on and comment or anything, we should keep it light. Okay, I mean, there's enough serious stuff out there. So remain positive. I'm positive I forgot to put on my jewelry this morning, so you get to watch me do that really quick while I talk. Whatever is happening in your life right now, I'm gonna go a little sideways here, okay, and talk about the battle of good and evil. Now, I know a lot of people are like, yeah, Shelly Marie, I'm not here for that. I'm here for you to rub your crystal ball and tell me all the things I want to hear. Well, first of all, that's not how these things work. You will hear what you are meant to hear, not necessarily what you want to hear. So that being said, when I talk about the battle of good and evil, if you're not into that phrasing, you could call it the battle of light and dark, lightness and darkness. There's always going to be something that when you're riding high is going to try to tear you down. Always. And even if you don't feel it, there may be people out there going, please, that doesn't happen to me. It's because of the way we handle things. It's our response. It's our response to things. If you respond in a manner that suggests, hey, you know what? I know BTFO, right? Back the fuck off, because I'm just not dealing with that today. I woke up this morning, I did my gratitude like I always say I do. I wake up and try to go to sleep in gratitude because it helps my mindset. And, you know, I'm not telling people they have to do that, but I am highly suggesting it pretty much because it is super helpful. I have a dinged up mental health, so anything I can do to keep my mental health in, you know, on track is what I need to do. And right after I finished my gratitude, all these just bad thoughts just tried to bombard my brain. And I was like, no, I can't let this happen. So I'm not sure yet if this is going to be one of those days where I got to check in with myself every couple of hours to make sure I'm still in a good place, or if I fought it off by saying no. But when we say no, you have to remain positive that you are remaining in a place of good thinking. I literally changed the wallpaper on my phone today to a meme I saw that says, do not put all your energy into worrying. Put that energy into believing. And, you know, for those who may believe in the law of attraction, what you put out there is what you're going to get back, whether you believe it in or not. You know, there's all these people that always say, well, all these good things happen to me, and then, you know, this bad thing happened to me, and I knew it was going to ruin everything. Well, that's because you're waiting for something to happen, right? If everything good is happening to you, just keep accepting it. Because the more you accept it, when something bad does happen, you're going to handle it like aces. You know, you're going to handle it so well that it's going to feel like a blip, even if it's super bad, because it's your response that you know, can often cause the next step. You know, do we spiral into this anger mode, or do we do our best to, you know, maybe you might be teetering, maybe you might be wobbling, but you catch your balance and you're like, okay, let's go from here and, you know, see. When those things do happen, I came up with this for myself because sometimes I need visual reminders. I'm so happy and grateful that this situation, whatever your situation is, that's why it's in parentheses. I know it's backwards, but I'm so happy and grateful that this situation has a resolution in my favor. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Or, you know, if you pray, just say, no, dear God, please let this situation have a resolution in my favor. Amen. Or thank you, thank you, thank you. So the next card. Ooh, ha! Peaceful resolution. How about that, right? Had that little segue card right here. Introducing peaceful resolution. So, yes, it's a detergent for your soul. But a peaceful resolution. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. My mind. I forgot to read the remain positive. So, you know, I know, right? That's number 3 on there, and I always forget with these. The angels are asking you to keep an optimistic attitude. There is a very positive momentum beginning to build toward the creation of your desires. You're speeding your dreams along by maintaining a cheerful and confident demeanor. It may seem as though your plans are taking a long time to manifest, but very soon you will see a change. Don't allow yourself to lose hope when your dreams are so close to coming true. Do not quit 5 minutes before the finish line. Do not quit 5 seconds before the miracle. People do that sometimes. They end up back at square one, and they find themselves taking the long way to what is meant for them. Because if it is meant for you, it will be in your life. If you feel very strongly about it, it is probably meant for you in one way or another. So why do you keep sabotaging yourself? Why do you keep tripping yourself up? Right? So don't do that, because you have a peaceful resolution coming. All right, whatever is bothering you, whatever is making you crazy, I have a lot of things going on in my head. So far, these 2 cards have actually resonated with me. They don't always. Not all the cards resonate, but this week, so far, these cards are resonating with me. For people who are watching this for the first time, I just want you to know that, you know, and, you know, you don't have to agree with my beliefs. Okay, my spiritual beliefs. I know a lot of people, sorry, my nose will not stop running. I actually send out intentions to Archangel Gabriel, who is the messenger archangel, when I start these things. But archangels are non-denominational. I know a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people think, no, they're religious. No, they're not. They're non-denominational, which means that, you know, if you are a person who puts their faith in another deity other than God, you can still call on these guys, and, well, guys and gals, and however they identify, because they are there to help you. So, sorry guys, I'm like a hot mess this week. Hopefully next week will be better. Oh, next week I'll be at Comic-Con. So Thursday and Friday lives should be very, very interesting. So sorry about that. I had something in my eye. All right, so peaceful resolution. The challenges you're inquiring about are about to come to an end. Conflict will cease and soon be replaced with harmony. There will be a sense of peace shared by all, even if some only agree to disagree. That is a big saying with me and my dad. Let's agree to disagree. Disagreements will be resolved in your favor. This includes struggles with employers, legal battles, arbitration, and even strife among family or friends. Be forgiving and understanding with those who have been in error. Allow peace to come with grace and dignity for everyone. Now, when we talk about peaceful resolutions, there may be some cases where, you know, the peaceful resolution doesn't necessarily mean that this person needs to be back in your life. What it means is you need to find a way to peacefully resolve this so you can move forward without this kind of feeling like a tether and pulling you. Okay, you have to do what's best for you. But in the interim of whether you choose to let people back into your life or not, forgiveness and finding that peaceful resolution is very important. And it's important because it sets you free. You know, it cuts that cord. And sometimes when we cut that cord, it can oftentimes make the person who has been in error or in the wrong a better person because they realize, wow, this is what my behavior has done. Now, that doesn't mean it's always going to work out that way, but sometimes it does, you know. So that's that one. Meditation brings answers. God, these cards are like totally hitting me between the eyeballs today. I was literally thinking about meditating this morning, but meditation brings answers. I know a lot of people are out there going, Shelly Marie, when I meditate, I fall asleep. I can't focus. I have all these things going in my head. I can't quiet my mind. If you're in the shower, right? Say you're in the shower and you're just doing your thing. You're probably not thinking about a lot, right? If you're not, find that place in there. Showers can be like rituals, okay? I'm so happy and grateful that the water removes all of this ick from today. And just let it wash off of you. Let it just wash away. And as you're doing that, start thinking this, you always hear about people, right? When you see people being interviewed, oh, well, where did you come up with this? I don't know. I was just showering or taking a bath. I was soaking in the tub or in my swimming pool or whatever. And all of a sudden it just came to me. That's because we're not focused on whatever it is bothering us. We have removed ourselves from a moment because a lot of people will see their shower as being either the beginning of their day or the end of their day. It's the beginning or the end routine of the day. And it's kind of like, that's where you're like having your moment, right? Where you're just taking your deep breath. It's your own little world. Everything is outside of that bathroom door or that shower curtain or the shower door. And it's just you. And a lot of times our minds will clear. And when it does that, sometimes that's when we get the clarity that we need to move forward. So meditation can be done in all sorts of ways. Meditation does not have to be like, some people show it to be like just hours and hours. No, meditation can be as short as 5 minutes. It's about taking deep breaths. Focus on your breath. Breathe in to the count of 5. Breathe out to the count of 8. The more experienced you get with the breathing, you can breathe in to the count of 4 and exhale to the count of 8. And yes, it is that way because you're supposed to be letting everything out of your diaphragm, just emptying it out. You're supposed to be feeling this because you want to focus on your breath. That can help clear your mind because you're focusing on something. Okay. And so if you need that, or, I'm so happy and grateful that this situation has a resolution in my favor. And the reason I use that too is because a lot of times when you start focusing on that, you start focusing on one little thing instead of what the situation is, it can open your mind to the answers that you need. It can give you the ideas that you need. So let's see. Trying to come up with an intellectual answer to your concerns hasn't been successful. That's because the solutions you seek can only be found by going within through meditation or inner spiritual work. Journaling can also be a form of meditation. I know that's not everybody's favorite thing to do. Writing, right? It feels like homework, but it's actually not. When you sit there and you write things, even if you doodle, right? Sometimes when I can't write, I start doodling and I don't even realize I'm doodling. Or I can't tell you how many times I've colored in my current notebook with just crayons or markers or whatever. And then all of a sudden, because I'm not focusing on all the chatter in my head, everything else starts coming up and out onto the paper. And I realize, whoa, here it comes. So I'm putting away the crayons, I'm putting away the markers, and I'm grabbing the pen. And if you're worried you're going to lose that thought, just put it all to the side, put it away later. Just grab that pen, grab that book, and just go. Okay. But you may also gather insights from your nighttime dreams as your subconscious creates solutions for you that are not available to your waking mind. There are going to be times when your dreams are going to give you your answers because it's the one time that there's not all this chatter going on in there. Okay. The situation will improve. Wow, this is neat. These are all just kind of, if you meditate for those answers, or you do the spiritual work, or you do the journaling, or you do whatever kind of work you need to find that answer, the situation will improve. The situation will improve. Wow, I don't know. Do I really need to elaborate on that? I can just keep saying the same thing I keep saying with the other stuff, right? So, I think I just kind of covered that. But your angels want you to know that they are aware that things look difficult right now. However, the situation is going to improve. It may take some time, and there will most likely be some hard work ahead of you, but the effort you put forth will be worth it, and the things are going to get better. Now is not the time to give up on wounded friendships or ailing relationships. There is still hope for the future. Take heart and continue to work toward a partnership where both parties are fulfilled and happy in the future. Now, there's two meanings. So if you're having issues with family, friends, or loved one, well, I guess loved one kind of covers family, but you know what I mean. If you feel like there can be a resolution, work with it, work on it, work for it. Don't just give up and walk away. Now, when it says a lot of hard work could be done, now if there is something that you're trying to build, then you're probably going to have to put a lot of time and effort into it. But here's the thing, it's not always about the physical work, it's not always about the office work or work itself. Sometimes the hard work is learning how to meditate to get those answers. It is going within and, tapping into your inner spiritual self to get these answers. And here's the fun part. Sometimes the hardest work is trusting that everything is going to be okay and believing that it's all going to work out the way it's meant to. Now remember, I always say this, guys, it's probably in every single one of these things that I've done, or at least every other day. If you are saying a prayer, setting an intention, or manifesting something, remember to add this or something better. You want to give your higher power, whatever it is you turn your focus to, you want to give it the wiggle room that it needs to bring you what you want. It may not be what you're asking for, but it'll be what's meant for you. And you will be just as delighted with it without even realizing it. Be like, well, I asked for this, but holy crap, I got this. Wow. Because you have to trust and believe. That is where the hardest work comes from. That is the hard work. Whether you're trying to start a business, make a relationship work, raising kids, your own work that you might be doing. Maybe you have a friendship that feels like it's teetering on the edge. You have to trust and believe that everything is working out as planned and the way it's meant to. I know a lot of people don't like to feel that way. I know a lot of people don't like to think that way. But trusting and believing is the hardest work. It is the hardest work. And that's just my perspective and that's just my opinion. But if you really think about it, you always hear these people, right, that finally get to it and say, I was about to give up, but I figured, you know what, I'm not going to. I'm just going to keep pushing forward and doing this, that, and the other. And bam. Because they trusted and believed. All right, last card. Nope. That one did not resonate, so no. Opportunity. Okay, opportunity. Actually, if somebody is asking a question in between those, this is not a part of the 5-card reading, but it says unlikely. So, see, that's not resonating with me. In fact, I feel like this card was put in there to throw everybody off. So forget I said that. I'm sorry. I should not have even entered that in. Jury, please dismiss those comments from the witness. But opportunity doesn't feel like it's part of the 5-card read either, but I just want you to know that when you do all these things, opportunity will come. Okay, so no, I guess it is. I guess that is the 5th card, because the next one's not resonating either. So opportunity. So here we go. We got a story again, kids. Remain positive. Believe in a peaceful resolution is coming. Believe that a peaceful resolution is coming. If you're struggling with believing with that, meditate, because meditation will bring you answers. The situation will improve, and it will open your doors for opportunity. Okay, wow, that was a fun one. So let's see. Let's read the card for opportunity, and then we'll move on to the New Orleans deck. I love that deck. All right. Positive growth and expansion is on the horizon for you. This opportunity may bring with it inspiration and insight, or it could be the chance you've been waiting for to take action on ideas you already have. You may be seeking to manifest the chance to create things in your career, buy or sell a home, or bring romance into your life. Whatever your desires, your angels are about to open a door of possibilities for you. Step right through. Now, it always says about to, or it's coming, or it will happen. Let's forget all those words. Let's think present, as in now. I'm so happy and grateful that these things are arriving in my life. I'm so happy and grateful that I am now aligned, or aligning with, what is meant for me. Just this morning, my affirmation was, I'm so happy and grateful that I'm aligned with my true self. My cousin Jeannie bought me a gratitude journal. So I was gratituding actually every day, but she brought me a gratitude journal, and it's kind of fun because, I've been doing it, since she gave it to me, and it asks you, positive affirmations for today. So that was my affirmation for today. Trust the process, and I am now aligning with my true self. Okay. So I'm actually going to do the messages with the Fairies deck first. Then we'll get to the New Orleans deck. I love kind of finishing with the New Orleans deck because it's a really pretty deck. I have to say, I think it's one of my favorites. I love all my cards because I want them to speak to me, but that one's probably one of my favorites. Just, it's so vibrant. It really feels like what I consider New Orleans to be like, just vibrant, happy. Whoa. Okay, that might be it. Whoa. All right, I'm not gonna, let's see. There's one that flew out there. You saw that. I'm not sure what that card says yet, but I feel like it's weeding out the cards that are not meant to be in this reading. All right, here we go. Here we go. There were some other interesting cards that popped out. Healing is coming up a lot. Summer, new career in the summer. It's summer now, so admit your true feelings to yourself. Admit your true feelings to yourself. I had an epiphany last night, and the reason I say that, I'm going to go through these really quick. This is going to be like our other 5-card thing, right? So admit your true feelings to yourself, and when you do, maybe you got something just gnawing at you, right? I had something gnawing at me for the last couple of days, and it was driving me nuts last night until I was writing, and then all of a sudden, bam, it just came out, and poof, all the feelings. And I had to admit my true feelings to myself, which are things I already thought I covered, that I thought I'd healed. But healing is like an onion. You're constantly peeling away layers and layers and layers and layers until, you're done peeling. And when you get there, that doesn't mean the triggers are gone. That doesn't mean the memories are gone. It just means that you have finally found a place of balance. And that's not everybody, but that's for me. Okay. I had found a place of balance, but I truly believe that when you're done, peeling away those layers, that's when you find that balance and you realize, wow, I've handled all these other things. I can make it through this. So admit your true feelings to yourself. Okay. The children card came up, but I'm being honest with you. This is the one that the first group of cards that just flew out of the deck. I think it means tap back into your inner child. It feels like there's a struggle going on with somebody, or, a bunch of somebodies out there. And this card is saying, tap back into your inner child. What made you happy as a child? If you had a very awkward childhood, find something that would bring you joy amidst all that awkwardness. You know, what would you do? What would you think? What would you say? Maybe it was a movie. You know, sometimes it's as simple as a movie or a book that we loved. Jump back into it. Remind yourself, you know, hey, there was a whimsical side. Even through all the bad things, there is sometimes, for some people, a very whimsical, you know, side to life. And try to tap back into that inner child. If you feel like your inner child had to be an adult from the word go, then tap into what you wished things could have been like when you were a child. I mean, you're an adult now. You don't have to say, may I or can I? You can do these things for yourself now. You know, people always say, well, you know, act like a grown-up. No, you know what? Your inner child does need nurturing. That's where a lot of our whimsical, fun, you know, exciting, silly things come from. So when we tap back into our childhood, and we let them we just set them free for a little bit. That doesn't mean throw tantrums. I'm talking about the good side of childhood, okay? And healing, healed, and healer. Healing energy surrounds you and this situation. So there you go. Healing, you know, if you're feeling like you're sitting on the curb wondering, hey, what happened? Just know that the healing is there. You just have to be open to it. And, you know, healing doesn't always feel like sunshine and rainbows. Healing can be very painful. But when you go through it, you grow through it, right? You have to feel it to heal it. And it's not always easy to feel it to heal it, but I'm telling you right now, if I can survive it, you can survive it. And, you know, there are some pretty dark things I had to heal in my life. And summertime. So everything that you're asking for becomes yours in the summertime. Oh man, that just literally sent tingles up my spine, and my heart felt like it just did a loop-de-loop. So I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but it means something good is happening. Okay, so if this card is resonating with you, be open. That's the hard work sometimes, is being open, trusting, and believing that everything is meant for you and is going to be okay. All right, and if you're looking for something, this would be nice. A new career. Seriously, universe. But your work focus is shifting in a positive, new, and successful direction. Okay, I'm going to take that one as a good thing, as a good sign. Now, let's get to the cards that were actually meant to come out. Travel. An upcoming trip proves to be life-changing in positive ways. Woo! I don't know if Comic-Con counts as a trip, but I'm leaving my county to go to another county. Does that count? I think that's a trip. But an upcoming trip proves to be life-changing in positive ways. Stay open to possibilities. Stay open to possibilities, right? So let's see what the travel card has to say. Here's the thing. When you're staying open to opportunities, don't try to force its hand. Just do what you would normally do. You know, I know a lot of people go to Comic-Con, or I'm just going to use this as an example. A lot of people go to Comic-Con and think, well, I want to do this, that, and the other, or I hope somebody sees me, or I hope somebody notices me, or this, that. But then you're trying to control it. Just do, you know, and then you're not being yourself. You're not being your fun, joyous, amazing, fun self, right? I think I said fun twice, but that's the point. Because you're worried about everything else. Remember, focus your energy on believing. Where focus goes, energy, where focus goes, energy goes. Okay? So if you're focusing on something, but your energy is all kind of wonky and crazy is probably going to return to you, and not in a good way. So, or no, where focus goes, energy flows. That was it. Where focus goes, energy flows. Do that. Okay, do that, because it's important that when you're trying to manifest something, that you put the right energy behind it, because if you don't, it's just words. So see, where focus goes, energy flows. This is why we must always focus on what we wish to see instead of worrying about what we don't want to see. See, I wrote that down too. I know everything is like homework with me, but I love that. That's right. I love that. So This card shows that you'll soon be traveling to an important destination where you'll learn and grow through new experiences and discoveries. Perhaps you'll visit a spiritual power place such as Machu Picchu or Stonehenge, or you may go to a location where you'll meet a significant person or even find your new place of residence. Be open to your heart's inner stirrings about travel and ask the fairies to help you with the finances and details. Most of all, enjoy yourself on your journeys. If you're not into fairies, you can ask your higher power. So, and guys, it doesn't have to be a spiritual place. I mean, your spiritual place may be your place of worship. It could be in your backyard. Maybe you have a little garden out there you like to sit in and just kind of, soak in the day in. It could be the beach. It could be anything. I have been to Stonehenge, which I would love to go back and just sit there and soak it all in again. But there's also another favorite place. I don't want to mention it anymore because I want people to visit it because I want the town to be successful, but it's one of my favorite places. And you can actually touch the sarsen stones. So that would be Avebury. I know, I'd like to thank my friend Rupert for showing me that place. So, pretty cool. And it's in a cute little town. They have a B&B there. So, you can go stay there. They have a church there. We couldn't go in at the time because they were having choir practice. Actually, we probably could have. I don't think they would have cared. But it is a pretty neat place. So, let's see. Additional meanings. You'll be traveling in your new career. Ooh, your life purpose involves taking people on tours or holidays. Maybe you like to do those kind of things, I don't know. Maybe I should think about that because I'm very chattery. I could talk for days. And it's funny because I'm very shy, but the minute you put like a little speaker thing to talk to people in the back, that's it. We took a company trip billions of years ago when I worked for Sissy Joe, and I got bored, so I went up front and sat with the bus driver just because they had a chair up front, like a tour guide chair. He handed me the mic. That was it. I had to make some, this was in the late 90s, so I had to make some speed jokes, right? From Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock, because we were on a bus. I know, so bad. Anyways, go camping or hiking. Revive your relationship with a loved one with a vacation. Take a retreat to renew your soul and spirit. Or push yourself out of your comfort zone. Push yourself out of your comfort zone. That can be hard for some people, but you know what? Using Comic-Con as an example, if you have like comics and stuff, or you're an artist, you can set up appointments to meet with some people who literally work in these businesses, who can guide you, and you never know, you might get lucky enough. Well, I shouldn't say lucky, but you might get fortunate or be very fortunate to find someone who's willing to give your work a shot and hire you. But you never know unless you try, right? Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen for everybody, but here's the thing. When you meet with these people, they tell you, they show you, they look at things. One of the things I love to do is I love to write. But a lot of times, people hear my stories and say, you know what, you should turn that into a screenplay, or you should turn that into a play, or you should do this, that, and the other. And I was telling my friend about this one time, and at the time, he worked for a production company. So when he moved on from the production company, he still had all these scripts, and he was moving. So he's all, here, do you want these? So I have like 15 scripts, literally, all showing me how to do this. And yet I have a book called Screenwriting for Dummies, when literally I have it right in front of me, and there's YouTube videos everywhere. And that's just an example. But I guess I didn't really think about it until now, that it really was a gift. That I kept my thoughts open, my mind open to writing, and these things were given to me, and I've had them for years. I'm ashamed to say I've had them for years. And I've never really done anything with them. But now I think it's time to go through them and say, hey, you know what? If this is what you want to pursue, step out of your comfort zone and do it. And that's about me too, okay? Because I'm terrible at that. I'm good at preaching, but I'm bad at following my own advice. Everything's going to be okay. Don't worry. It's all working out in a beautiful way. Don't worry. It's all working out in a beautiful way. Yeah. I don't know that there's really a whole lot more I can say about that, because it's, again, trust and believe. I mean, you'd be surprised. There's a, I'm going to show you really quick right here on my screen. Belief, right? Belief. So, I don't know if you saw the little rabbit painting. My friend My friend painted that. Oh God, I can't think of his name right now. He has a name, but I absolutely love him. It's supposed to be like a little child portrait, and he has braces. But she had a little art showing, and I fell in love with that bunny, so I bought him. This is a couple years ago, so God, I don't even know where she lives in the East Coast now. But I went to high school with her, and I was so proud, and all those things. Sorry, sidetracking. So the fairies know that you're concerned about the outcome of the situation, so they've sent this card to you as reassurance that everything's working out in a divinely perfect way. Take steps to uplift your outlook and unburden your heart and mind, such as taking a nature walk, spending time with loved ones, exercising, or enjoying a creative project. The more you can stay centered and filled with faith, the better outcome you'll experience. So, additional meanings for this card. Write down your concerns on paper and then ceremoniously dispose of the list by burning it, pouring water over it, or burying it. Now, these are rituals, okay? So take them seriously. If you burn it, please, 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 especially if you live in California, anywhere in California at this point, be careful where you burn it. Do not burn anything outside if it's windy, okay? And use a fire-safe container, okay? They make little... people laugh at cauldrons, right? But they're actually meant for these kind of things, to burn things in so that it doesn't set a fire. That's why they kind of have that little top too, right? I have a little, I can't reach it, but I have a little tiny thing that I use, or I have a bigger, like an abalone shell that I use for when I sage. And be safe. Now, if you're afraid of fire, don't want to bother with fire, you can also, like it says, pour water on it. Water will destroy it. It will dissolve the paper, blah, blah. Or burying it. Now, a lot of people say bury it, if it's something bad that you just absolutely want to get rid of, they say bury it in the darkest corner of your yard, or a dark, dark, dark place, place where it can't get any light to come to light, because it's symbolic of burying something that's deep and dark inside of you somewhere else. I'll be honest with you, the reason I mentioned that one in particular is because instead of burying it, I throw it in the trash. I do. And sometimes I'll burn it, or I'll put water on it, then I throw it in the trash. Because if you burn it, you can bury the ashes. Or you can also do this with good intentions. With good intentions, I don't throw it in the trash. Okay, I use biodegradable paper, I burn it into ashes, and then I just kind of let it go in the wind. Because it's not... You can literally see it dissolving in the wind. So, I'm still not sure if that's safe. I probably shouldn't have said that. But, a lot of times I'll just put the bad thoughts in the trash, because that's where they belong. Okay, so, everything's okay. So, yeah, the next one. Talk to the people involved in order to double check your facts. Your worries may be based upon untrue assumptions. So, yeah, if you're hearing by word of mouth something and it's worrying you and it's freaking you out, talk to the people in charge, talk to the parties involved, because your worries may be unfounded, so don't worry. And make sure that you're getting enough rest and eating healthfully, as physical strain can lead to anxiety and exhaustion. So again, we have those two cards, everything's going to be okay, and travel. I'm going to go over these cards real quick. So, admit your true feelings to yourself. Rediscover your inner child. Let yourself be healed, because when you're healing, you heal, and then you can help others heal. So healing, healed, and healer. Healing, healed, and healer. You can go from healing yourself to being healed to helping others. Whatever it is you're waiting for, it's happening in the summer. I am taking this one to heart because I am ready. I am ready for some good change, and I want it now. But I want to be in gratitude. So I'm happy and grateful that everything is happening now in the divine right way. And it could lead to your new career. I know. New career would be nice, like I said. So, all right. New Orleans deck. I think that'll be our last deck. You know what? I keep seeing the butterfly deck. So, I'm going to pull this one really quick. And I think it's just... I'm going to be honest. I think the butterfly deck is very specific to somebody. So, let's see. Let's see if anything... Oop, there it is. Oh, ha, whoop, there it is. So, let's see. Seeking and finding. Seeking and finding. So, I know people probably think, why don't you just freaking blow your nose before you start this, because I'm going to tell you, nothing happens until I hit live. The minute I hit live, my brain's all right, let's go, guys, inside. Let's make her nose run. So she just keep wiping her face on camera. But seeking and finding, to me, and you know, sometimes the messages I receive are going to be different than the ones that are in the book. That's why I like to read the book, because like I said, somebody put time and effort into putting that together. And, you know, for a kind of overall perspective. But when I do my part, it is what's coming to me through me. So to me, seeking and finding, if you're going to seek something, the only way to find it is to not quit right before the finish line and to not give up 5 seconds before the miracle. If you are going to seek something, see it through. See it through. And to just put a little more emphasis on it, my eye caught the time, says 9/12. 9/12 was the day my mother passed away. And when I see 9/12, it makes me think of my mom. Not in a sad way. Sometimes it makes me sad. But usually when I see 9/12 or 7:07, which was the time that we noted as her passing away, I feel like she's trying to tell me something. 121 was her birthday. So I feel like whenever I see these sets of numbers, not necessarily all together, I know she's trying to tell me something. And I think this is exactly what she's trying to say. She's trying to say, follow through. Don't give up on yourself. And I think the reason maybe I'm hearing that, and it's my mother in particular, is because, I don't know, maybe the card's for me. But it could be for a lot of people. It could be for people that knew her, people that didn't know her. And one thing that she used to get so upset with me about is I would always start stories and I'd never finish them. And part of the reason I have realized along the way is why I'm going back now and restarting and finishing a lot of these stories I had started so long ago, is because I didn't have faith in myself. And I was afraid that if I finished it, I would have to do something with it. And so now I actually have a story finished. I really want to turn it into a play because I think it's a short story, but it has so much that can be added to it, so much meat that could be added to it. Right now it's a vegetable plate. It's just fruits and vegetables on a plate with maybe some cheese. It's just, an appetizer. But it was a good appetizer. And I got very good feedback from a friend who I knew I could trust with giving me an honest opinion. And it's a little dark, but it has a very light ending. And, I really think it can help people. So if you are trying to seek something and it feels like it's not working out, it feels like it's not happening, please don't quit. Please do not quit. If you keep going, you will find it. It may not be what you expect it to be, but you'll know the resolution because you'll feel it inside. All right. It's like with all these cards. A lot of times, there's a lot of jokes that go around with metaphysical people, a lot of memes, and it'll be like these screaming faces or whatever. And it says when you do a reading for yourself and the cards put you back in your place, or when you talk to your spirit guide or your higher power and they put you back in your place. And what they mean by that is this. You may want something in particular. You may want to hear something in particular. A card may resonate with you that is like, well, but why? Right? I mean, literally, if you're saying, oh man, that means that you have work to do. And if you want to move forward, if you are seeking and you want to find, you got to remove the obstacles. And sometimes those obstacles are inside of us that we have to pull out and get out. It's like I was saying last night, I was hit with a trigger last night and it was like, oh, this is that little dark thing that's been gnawing at me for a couple of days and making me cranky and making me emotional. And it finally came out. And now that it's finally come out, I've actually noticed my complexion changed a little bit. It's a little bit shinier. It's a little bit brighter. It's hard for you to tell because I think this thing actually comes with an automatic filter, but I can see it because my glow is back. My dewy glow. So seeking and finding. Like a butterfly flying from flower to flower, you are searching for what's next. This card reassures you that you'll find what you're looking for. Hold the vision of success, experience the excitement of the process, and feel fulfillment as if everything has already been accomplished. Trust and believe. Have faith. Keep calling upon the guidance of God and the angels to lead you in the best direction. Your higher powers. Look within yourself to find great love and beauty. Don't draw fear onto your path by worrying about what will come. Put only love into any thoughts and feelings you have about your future. Trust that everything is rightly yours already and that it belongs to you spiritually. Anything you are seeking is seeking you also. Have faith and open your arms to receive. So additional meetings, finding a lost object, reunion with a long lost loved one, discovering your divine life purpose, meeting your soulmate, ooh, meditation, ooh, meeting your soulmate. Um, when it says finding a lost object, I am still trying to find those charms I told you guys I bought at the gem fair like 2 months ago, back in May. I still can't find them. They were my hibiscus flowers that I would have loved to have made some earrings for my aunt and my cousin today, who I'm going to see for breakfast in about an hour. And it's like, I can't find these damn things. So, not happy. Not happy. But, but I'm seeking and finding. I'm going to tell you a little story about having faith. Okay? So I know that people always say, oh, it's in your mind, it's not possible, this, that, and the other, yada, 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 yada. There is, let me see here. Yeah, there she is. This is Lola. Okay, Lola, I love Lola. Lola's a turtle, yes. I love turtles. Honus, and penguins, and puffins. My friend got me into puffins. But she is the keeper of my stories. And I actually put out a feeler to friends. Hey, will you guys help me name my turtle? So a lot of people joke about my name because my name is Shelly Marie, and they don't joke in a bad way. But if you turn my name around, it's Marie Shelley, right? If you flip it. And so a lot of people joke about Mary Shelley. And so one of my friends said, why don't you name her Lola Shelley? Because she, writer, blah, blah, blah. So, I know, who knows? My first name may be my secret identity of a past life. But anyway, Lola went missing downstairs, right next to my chair. I tore everything apart right next to my chair. Could not find her. I know I left her there because I was working on something downstairs. Left my laptop next to my chair. Left Lola right on top. Thought maybe the cats got with her and started playing with her. So I looked high and low. And like I said, I tore everything apart around there. About 6 or 7 months later, my neighbors across the way who have since moved, I miss them so much. So Luann, if the Watsons or you're watching, shout out. My friends, shout out. So, anyways, they were doing a thing for their oldest daughter's Girl Scout troop at the time. The donation, like clothes donations, so they could, donate them to, for the drive and blah, blah, blah. I found Lola at the bottom of the second drawer on my dresser. And at the time that I lost her, I was in a very dark place. I was in a very, very bad place. And I couldn't write. I couldn't do that. But it was stressing me out. Seeing her made me feel like I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this. But I went through a period of healing in that time that I knew I needed. And then I was just thinking, gosh, it'd be really nice to have her back in my life because I'd really like to write a lot of this stuff and put it into a story. And then, like I said, the very bottom of my drawer, there was this girl. How she got there? No idea. Because I don't keep clothes next to my chair. Downstairs. Now, here's the interesting thing. When I really stop and think about it, my room is actually I'm actually sitting literally about right above where I sit downstairs in the living room. I have a recliner. Older sibling has a couch. So, yeah. So in this space is where I found her, but on the next level. Maybe that's what I was supposed to learn. That I had risen a level. But either way, sometimes we're going to find things in weird places, and I think sometimes they're meant for us to think about it. I know that might seem like a very odd, strange story to share with people, but, the reason I wanted to share it is because anything is possible. Anything is possible. I thought I lost Lola forever. I thought the cats had hidden her in some secret place that, and the cats aren't allowed in my room. Because, I don't sleep well at night, so I know it sounds mean, right? Well, you don't let your cat sleep. It's like sometimes I do, but I don't sleep well at night, and so as we all know, kitties can be, or pets, fur babies in general, can be very all over the place. I know it's mean. I really should rethink that, but that's me for now. So they do have older sibling, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm getting all the feels, and I'm getting all the giddies. So I'm on to the New Orleans deck now. I 100% love this card. This card always comes up when I need it the most. It's making me very emotional. Madame Laveau. Power. Sorry. That just like hit me between the eyes. Whenever I see this card, there are many things I think about. I think about if you're into the metaphysical, strength, power, believing in your gifts, believing in what your purpose in this world is. If you're not in the metaphysical, still believing in what your purpose is, still believing in your power. But Madame Laveau was both. She was a spiritual, well, you know, she was a very spiritual person that people would turn to for things, you know, but she was also, believe it or not, very Catholic. I know. I was doing some reading on her and I was like, wait, what? Really? Yeah. And believe it or not, voodoo is actually considered, I think voodoo, and there's another one from the Latin country or Latin American countries or South American countries. I'm not sure which. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. That they have more of a ritualistic side to them that is actually based in Catholicism. I know people don't want to hear that, right? But it's true. And turns out she was very involved in both things. But if you notice, she was also a person of color. She didn't give a shit. Okay, that's how I've always seen her. I have had the good fortune of being able to communicate with her once or twice. I know I'm stepping out of the box, but you know what? This is Oracle Friday. So if you've gotten this far, just trust it. I didn't trust it at first, but it has been since I got this deck. And this deck, I don't even know how this deck popped into my life. I literally think I just saw the cover and thought, wow, this is super pretty. I want it. And I got it. And it was on sale, and it turned out to be one of my favorite decks. Whenever I see this card, it's usually after I've healed something in my life. And to me, it feels like she is telling me, step back into your power, kid. Step back into your power. Trust and believe. She did not worry about what other people thought about her. You know, maybe she did something about it. I don't know. Wasn't there. But what I'm saying is, don't worry about other people's opinions of you. Don't worry about what other people think of you. Don't worry about what you think you look like. You are the number one person who has to love you 365, 24/7. You. So who better to love yourself than you? Find your self-love. It doesn't matter what you feel you look like. It doesn't matter if you're short, tall, thick, thin, whatever. Love yourself for exactly who you are. Because that's the most important gift you will ever give yourself in this life. And I promise you, and I'm saying I promise you, when you start to exude a beautiful vibe, it opens doorways. I had the best vibe going the other day, and I'm telling you, had green lights all the way home. I told you, we got to the sibling and I got to the gas station just as the truck was pulling out, and we didn't have to wait 10 to 15 minutes for a pump. We just pulled right in. In the store, she walked up, and by the time I was checking out, she was coming over to me, and I found there were 2 open spots. I found an open spot. After that, all of them were filled. All of them were filled. The next errand we had to run, easy peasy. And it kept building and building and building on my vibe. Now, I was battling against the fact that I have a girly cycle right now, so, hormones. But even yesterday, the perspective felt like it was all over the rails. It was like, a weaving train. But at the same time, it was so much fun. because I was laughing, we were giggling, and my cousin was on making comments. And we were just, even she was like, I'm sorry for derailing this. It's like, no, you didn't. You reminded me who I should be when I do these things. To be fun, to have fun. You know, like I said, there's enough serious things out there. You can still get your point across being rambly and fun. Because that's part of my charm. That's part of my mystique, right? Stay in your power. Stay in your power. And like I said, I love this card because I think that's what she truly believes. Believe what you believe in. Don't make excuses for it. Just be who you are. Be solid and firm in your power and who you know yourself to be. And like I said, I love that card because it's the number one card in the deck too, by the way. But I love that card because it always, always shows up in an Oracle Friday reading after I have healed something huge. And I forget because I sometimes start to get so lost in those feelings like, oh. But this morning when I was talking to an older sibling, I said, you know what? I'm glad that it's gone. I healed it. I was angry. I was sad. I was relieved because it was out of me. So, Marie Laveau, Madame Laveau. I like to show respect. Marie Laveau was the epitome of power and grace within the community of New Orleans. Not only was she known as an astute businesswoman, but she was also the go-to person for the spiritual remedies of everyday life. If you have drawn this card, you have been called to embrace all aspects of yourself and rise to every occasion with confidence. You are so much more than the mundane daily tasks that often bog you down. New opportunities will help you explore the different ways you can express yourself and feel more fulfilled. So, yeah, wow. I mean, kind of hit that one on the head, right? Hit the nail on that head. So remember that, guys. Okay? Power. Power. So, I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day. I'm beside myself. This was by far one of my more favorite readings that I've done in the last couple of weeks. A lot of the cards spoke to me. I hope they spoke to you. Like I said, if they did not resonate with you, it's okay. It's okay. You may come back to this video in a month and go, whoa, now they do. But there was a theme. And the theme is healing. Healing whatever needs to be healed. There were underlying themes. Have faith, trust, believe. Seek and find. Seek and ye shall find. Miss Marvel had Miss Marvel had a great quote in it. That which you are seeking is also seeking you. But that's a world and well-known quote from everywhere. I can't remember actually who said it, but I know I've heard that before because I've had it written down. I've had it written down on a 3x5. That which you are seeking is also seeking you. So help it out. Remove the obstacles. Sometimes the obstacles are because you put them there. It could be your energy. It could be your inability to open up and trust. And I say this from a place of experience, from my own perspective. Do not be afraid to trust. Be discerning in who you trust, okay? Be very discerning in who you trust. Sibling and I are complete opposites. I struggle with trusting people. She just lets them all in. Okay, like all willy-nilly. And then she weeds them out. But I spend like this. It's like a vetting process with me sometimes. Somewhere in the middle is the right way to do it. You know, instead of using this, 5-step vetting process, maybe I should just use my discernment and trust my spidey instincts. Trust your instincts to know who is bringing value to your life and who is not. And if they are not, you do not need to keep them in your life. Or if you don't want to, just walk away and maybe they make a great acquaintance, right? Someone you can hang out with from time to time. Just say, hey, let's just catch up. But someone whose energy sucks you so dry that you can only handle so much of them at one time. Okay, I'm sure I get that way with some people. For me, I'm very high energy, and I don't mean high energy like, I mean like hyper energy. I have what they call healing energy, because there's always an excess of energy in me. Even when I'm lethargic, I can feel like right now, my hands are tingling, and it used to freak me out and it used to bother me, but now I realize it's because sometimes you're going to pass people. I'm very one of my gifts, one of my natural gifts that I inherited through family, through generations, is being an empath. And an empath is a person who can feel people's energy. Who, and sometimes we know when people need help. If you ever open up to a stranger, right? There's no, oh, how are you doing today? And you just sit there and start chatting, and next thing you know, they know your entire life. They are probably an empath. They may not know it, so they may feel drained by you. Or, maybe they do know it and they know how to guard themselves so that you are just borrowing from their extra excess of energy. So, just, be vigilant about that too, especially if you're not sure you're an empath, but you start talking to someone, they share the life story, and all of a sudden you're drained. Learn how to shield up. Okay? If you're a Star Trek fan, shields up. So, I hope everybody has, I'm so sorry, hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day. I will see you back here Monday for gratitude lesson number 19 on Hodgepodge Monday. Gratitude lesson number 19. I'm super duper excited. Next week is Comic-Con. I will probably be doing my lives. I might be doing my lives from Comic-Con, depending on how it goes. So, we'll see. We'll see. But I do plan on it. Okay, I do plan on it. I'm not sure about Oracle Friday, but I definitely plan on doing at least the gratitude lessons on Thursday. Okay, maybe I'll do something special on Friday if it's not Oracle Friday. So, again, have a great, great day. 8:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, Monday, that's California time in the morning. Monday morning, Facebook Live. It is public. Anybody can watch. We do not have to be Facebook friends for you to watch this. You can find it under Shelly Marie Lucas. Again, I know I mentioned Mary Shelley earlier, but my name, Shelly, only has one E at the beginning. Okay, at the beginning. So, and believe it or not, that's the boy way to spell it. EY is the girl way. It's the more feminine way. But, kind of like, when. So, I know, but I like it. My name's unique. My father gave me a great name. So, yeah, I love my name. So, under Shelly Marie Lucas. Lucas spelled like George. No relation that I know of. So, but anyways, not because of that, but because Star Wars. And yes, I get all the jokes. So anyways, sorry. This is my mind everywhere today. But yeah, or you can catch the replay on YouTube under the Aloha Perspective with Shelly Marie Lucas. I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day. Please, please, please take care of yourselves. Have a great, great day, and I will talk to everybody Monday. Have a safe weekend.